Hey everyone, it's Betty Louise, or Coach Betty. I'm the host of Green Think Internet Radio, and you're about to hear an excerpt from one of my interviews. Please check out the full show at womenonair.biz. That's www.womenonair.biz. Hope you enjoy it.
I understand that the soil needs to be really healthy, and we use this word organic to describe that, I guess. But actually, let me back up for a minute. How do you define organic?
Well, organic is no longer defined by opinion or individual certifiers or people. It's defined by federal law. On October 21st, 2002, the USDA, the Department of Agriculture, released the National Organic Program, and that is a 500-plus page document that exactly defines what organic is, what you can use, what you cannot use, any material that are restricted. So it's really a food production standard for anything that is sold here in the United States that has the organic claim on it.
And what does it mean?
And it doesn't even matter, let me just add that, if it's grown here in the United States, even if it's grown in Asia or in Europe, as soon as you sell it in the U.S. marketplace and it bears the organic label, it has to meet those U.S. federal standards. And the way we verify that is there are reciprocity agreements with local certifiers in that country, and they are checked up on that they do follow and are aware of exactly the process of certification.
And it's pretty extensive, isn't it?
Yes, did you say extensive or expensive?
Yeah, extensive.
It's very extensive, yes. Depending on your operation, if you have a mixed operation, half organic, half not, as some dairies here now in Marin have converted half of their herds to organic practices, the other one is not. So it really depends on your operation, but it can be an inspection that goes on for several days often. And then we do have the 4 or 5 acre small-scale row crop farm that is just organic and has been for 20 years and has never changed their practices. And, of course, that's much easier, and you can get that done maybe in a few hours. But every operation that produces organic foods is checked up on once a year at a minimum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's high standards. And I
Yes.
know that you were involved in that national organic program in writing some of it, or?
Well, I happen to work for California Certified Organic Farmers, CCOF, during that time, right before and during the launch of that federal law. And that was an exciting time because even though, laws often read very theoretical and dry, when the first draft of this law came out, it still contained sewage sludge irradiation and GMOs, genetic engineering, 3 practices that had never been allowed in organic practices and anywhere on any local certifier level. And so the USDA received, over 100,000 letters in response to this first draft, which, of course, encouraged them to take it off right away, those 3 practices. But it was the largest response to any first draft of any U.S. legislation in the history of the United States.
Wow.
So that back then already showed how much people really care about this. And for Marin Organic, it's really the baseline of what we do, this organic law. And some people say, my relationships to customers are so good, I don't need it. I'm organic pretty much. Well, it then comes down to opinion. Is what you consider organic what the consumer considers organic? And that's the big question. Ideally, yes, we do have relationships that don't need any kind of third-party verification of your practices. But in this world, unfortunately, that is too often not the case. We don't know directly the consumer on that level. And the consumer at this point really wants to have verified, clean, healthy, authentic food. Many people, the level of eco-literacy is rising steadily, and books by Michael Pollan and others have shown why is what we have is not working and what the alternative is. And so Marin Organic uses that organic standard and then adds Salmon Safe certification to it, and adds fair labor practices to it, and sustainable energy initiatives.
If you like what you've heard and want to get more information about how to be green, sustainable, conscious, check out womenonair.biz. That's www.womenonair.biz. Stay tuned.